Welcome back, everybody. I'm your host, Kelly Sparks, aka Red Beard. So today I'm going to go ahead and start off the Wild Turkey blind tasting with three of the regular Wild Turkey expressions. We have Wild Turkey 81 proof, Wild Turkey 101, and Wild Turkey Kentucky Spirit. So I'm going to do them all in batches of 3. The next one will be the either the rare breed or the Russell's Reserve. I've got an older label of Russell's Reserve. I'm going to pair it up against a new label of Russell's Single Barrel and Russell's 10-year. So we're going to go ahead and get into this one. Try to make it quick and dirty. See how it goes. I got all the little bottles marked on the bottom like normal, so already they're pretty much the same color, so that's not going to be a telltale sign. We'll just come in, Bonnie. So what do you want? What do you want? So that one smells like wild turkey. That one smells like a milder form of wild turkey. So does this one. Alright, so we're gonna knock these out really quick. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Really spicy. Flavors are a little toned down, maybe a little watery. Why are you over here making noises? It's okay. This one smelled like what I'm used to drinking. So far, I'm not really impressed with, in this setting, impressed with these first two. They taste good, but I don't know, I guess when you sit down, what are you doing? What are you standing on? You're standing on the arm of the chair. Or the support. Yeah, I don't know. This one actually was a little more tame than that one. So we'll see how this last one goes. No, like this one smells like what it should be. Better flavor, creamier, a little bit better mouthfeel. So far, I'm kind of leaning towards this one. Yeah, I'm gonna run back through these 3 real quick. Just do it like I think I like this one the least. Yeah, that one's just really watery. Not a fan. I'm hoping this is the 81 proof. That one has a very nutty sort of profile. So this one very well could be the single barrel. Mind you, I'm not trying to pick them. I'm very, very rarely ever correct in my picks. But this one's got the nose and the taste. So I'm going to go ahead and yeah, this one's got the best of the three. It's got the best nose, the best mouthfeel. Still, it has the same amount of spice. They're almost identical, but this one has a little bit more, better mouthfeel, oily, viscous. Just it kind of has a lasting finish. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pick that one. I think I'll have picked this one third and that one second. So we're not going to worry about second and third places to continue on. I'm just going to take the remainder of whatever's in this bottle and dump it back in here and just pass it on down the line. So third place on the initial Wild Turkey tasting, we have Wild Turkey 81. So I was correct. It did have the weaker, more flat, watery palate. You know, it's just, you can kind of get the glimpses of the Wild Turkey, but it's just super flat. So, all right, let's see if I was right. In second place, we have, ooh, I was wrong. This one, second place, is Wild Turkey 101. So, and this is I bought it in a pint, but yeah, it just had this, compared to these other two, I got a nutty characteristic from it that didn't, with whatever I've eaten today, it didn't sit well. And I tried to have a pretty clean palate when I came in for this specific tasting, but this single barrel is actually really damn good. So, this one is actually, yep, Kentucky Spirit. So this one is from Warehouse F on Rick number 24, barrel number 1955. This bourbon whiskey was bottled on 11/25/19. So the Kentucky Spirit won out this time. I know in the past I've actually picked Wild Turkey 101 over Kentucky Spirit. So those single barrels, they're going to change from time to time, obviously. So if you find one you like, you might pick up a couple extra ones because the next few that come through are not going to be the same. Yeah, pretty tasty. So we'll go ahead and wrap it up. We'll see you in the next clip. We're going to take a break. We'll come back. Stay tuned. All right, now we're back for the Russells. So what I said earlier is I have an old label bottling, and this one actually says distilled by Austin Nichols Distilling Company. So this is an old Russell's Reserve small batch single barrel. So it doesn't even say small batch on it anymore, which small batch and single barrel is like an oxymoron. But it's the same thing, 110 proof. But this is the old one. We've got a new one that I purchased recently. This is the Goody Goody Liquor store pick from Warehouse G. And then we have a run-of-the-mill Russell's 10-year. So the biggest difference, obviously most people know, between this Russell's 10-year and these two are the proof. This one is 90 proof and these are 110. So without further delay, let's go ahead and get off into it. So same thing goes as before. I got each bottle marked on the bottom as to what it is. We'll do a quick taste. A little bit more. Do a quick taste, quick nose, and then figure out which one I like the best from the three. So. Try to pour the same amount so I'm not confusing myself or so I don't give anything away later on. because I'm going to leave the winners. Like, here's the Kentucky Spirit. I'm going to leave the winners in the bottles and just reuse those. Man, that just smells so good. It's got that. It's very candied. It's like candied molasses. That one smells good too. This one might be a bit tougher. Both of those are really good. These are probably both the single barrels. They got a lot of heat, a lot of spice, a little more oomph to them. Man, this one smells almost identical. So it definitely tastes like a lower proof version of these two. Flavors are still nice. It does feel a little thinner on the palate than these two, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but I'm not sure if I like it more than these two. I'm going to run back through. I'm going to take the second one first. It has this weird note that compared to these other two, I'm not liking it as much. Let me see. I'm going to go back to this one because I'm thinking this one's going to be my first place. Yeah, this one just doesn't have quite the balls. it's pretty gay. Doesn't quite have the I can't think of the word. The thickness. That sounded pretty gay too. This is actually a tough one. I think I'm going to go with glass A. Yeah. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. This one was a little more harsh on when you went to swallow it. It had a little more bite to it. And I mean, I'm going for all around just pleasurability, taste, smell, all that good stuff. If it burns too much and it's affecting your ability to enjoy it, it's going to knock it down a little bit. So let's go ahead and figure out what we have. In third place, we have Russell's 10 year. Yeah, so it tastes good. It's just not meaty enough. All right. In second place, we have the new Russell's single barrel. So this one got second. First place, we have the old Russell's single barrel. Oh, it's going to be interesting. So we have, so far, the first two in our lineup, and these two are not necessarily going to go against each other. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the next 6 in the same manner, get the next 2 winners, and I'm going to do a four-way head-to-head. So stay tuned. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. We're going to go ahead and knock out 3 of the special releases from Wild Turkey. This is Wild Turkey Diamond, which celebrated Jimmy Russell's 60 years at Wild Turkey. Here, which I used the last little bit, Wild Turkey 17, Master's Keep Wild Turkey 17. And then on the end we have Wild Turkey Master's Keep Decades. So, not gonna BS around. We'll just get into it. Go ahead and get into it. So, try to figure out what we got here on our hands. A little bit more. So, if you guys have any ideas for future tastings, I mean, I'm open to suggestions. Would. So I'm hoping these 3 hadn't oxidized too much. But we'll find out. They're all very similar. Heavily oaked, and they're all roughly the same. They're all double age statement. Oh, well, come up here. That was really good. Will you calm down? Calm down. I'm just kind of going over it mentally. I'm not really going to talk about it too much. I'll try to enter commentary, but I'll put a timestamp in the description so you can fast forward to the end if you like. Out of those 2, I think I'll have to pick. I'm kind of leaning more towards that first glass. The second one was just a little bit thin on the palate. They all have that very oaky, heavy oaky nose. This is going to be a tough one. That one was really good. They're all really good. I'm feeling it's going to be one of these 2. But I'm going to run back through it again. I'm going to go middle glass first. Yeah, that one's good flavors, but it's just like all oak. Not much else really coming through, and a little bit thinner. So I have a feeling that's the 17 year, because it was the lowest proof, 86.8, followed by 91 on the Diamond and 104, I believe, for the Decades. Yep, 104. So I'm thinking that that's the 17 because it's lost in blind tastings. It tastes great by itself, but like I said in other videos, when you put it in a blind tasting against something that has a little bit more punch, it can get lost in the process. I don't know, I'm kind of leaning towards this one right now. Just the mouthfeel, the creaminess, the flavor, the finish, still going. Let's do one more taste, and I think I've got it. I think I've got it nailed down. Yeah. Ooh. Hunger pains. I really think I want to go with this one. Hold on. Yeah. I'm going to go third, second, and first. So, I think this is the 17 year, but honestly, it could be anything. If I had to guess, I'd go 17 Diamond Decades. But I've been wrong in the past. We'll go ahead and get into it and see what we got. We have, 17. I picked that one right. So it's a really good bourbon, but because of its 86 proof, and I think a lot of the barrel time, the time in the barrel definitely smooths out the sharp edges, which in my opinion, in a blind tasting, it's actually an advantage to have some of that boldness coming through. But with a 17-year-old bourbon, and just by itself, it's delicious. But when you put it up against stuff that's a higher proof and a little bit younger, which the Decades is a bottling of 10 to 20 year, 10 to 20 year. So, all right, second place. We have Wild Turkey Diamond. I got it right this time. So, again, because of the lower proof, I really think that's it. Again, I think this is a great tasting bourbon, but for whatever reason, it just doesn't have the same thickness and mouthfeel. And for the winner, we have Wild Turkey Decades. So I was really hoping that one would make it through, because at one time I thought that was my favorite Wild Turkey. We'll see how it matches up to these other studs in the end. So thanks for watching. Oh yeah, I got one more. Got one more round. It's going to be a bit of a long video, but actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and cut it off here. So we got through the first 3 rounds. We've got the top 3. The next video will be the Wild Turkey Rare Breeds and the final 4. So we'll have these 3 against one of the batches from Wild Turkey, from the Rare Breed. So stay tuned. Don't forget, check the description below for all the links to help out around the house. Like and subscribe if you like what I'm doing. Show your support. Comment. Help. Become active, people. Don't forget, check out the Bearded Idiots. Like always, like always, drink some whiskey, share it with your friends and family. Be safe. Don't drink and drive. Take care. Have a nice night. We'll see you next time.